So just won the one auction for the 5.13 pounds again. This one here, I did notice a couple of things, like for example, that's like a $25 Bane. Then there's a Gree helmet, and that is like $15 to $20 or so. Then where was it? I noticed a couple other things that I was just looking at. Let's see if I can remember where they were. Let's see. Well, I mean, there's the Anaconda Pythor, I think his name is. It's a decent minifigure, but that one's one of the most fake minifigures out there, so I'm not really counting on that. Then there's a dark, at least I think that's a dark gray Batlord helmet. It's from the Dragon Fortress Guard, and if that one is dark gray, it means that the other parts could be in there. That's like a $20-25 minifigure, but even the helmet on its own is like $3-4. So there's that. Then there was also I know there's some other stuff. Let's see if we can find it. But yeah, that definitely looks dark gray in that photo. Then there was also Air Pirates. That's like a $10-15 minifigure on eBay for me. Then there's one of the rarer Alien Conquest minifigures. He's missing his lime squid leg things, but the other parts have some value, so that's there. Then let's see here. I feel like there's at least a couple other things that I saw, but not sure if I'll be able to find them or remember what they were. Mysterious potential Star Wars helmet there. I'm not entirely sure if that's even Lego. We'll have to see. But yeah, just average lot, so didn't do anything super crazy. Here's that $400 until the last 5 seconds. But yeah, max bid of $830 and it sold for $810, so that is there. So then one that is going to be going for a lot. In this one, unlike the other ones, I genuinely don't think I'll be winning this. But I'm going to try to, because it's Star Wars, although that doesn't really look like Star Wars to me. Maybe it's a new crossover I haven't seen yet. But yeah, just seems like it'd be a fun one. I've always wanted to get one Star Wars minifigure lot, but I've never been able to justify like $300 a pound for it. Is that Tawi, I think? Tan head modified. That is here, or no, it's Raye. Who was I thinking of them? I don't know. Yeah, Reyes, that's $50 to $70. Tawe. No, that's a Y, not a T. Feel like I'm probably confusing this or something, so let's go Lego Tawe. Oh yeah, this year. It's from the other one. That's what I was thinking of. But then, yeah, just might be fun, because I've always wanted to go through one of these, see what's, if it's actually worth it, because this stuff usually goes for like $300-400 a pound. So currently it's sitting at $1,000. I expect it to be closer to like 50, 60, not 50, about 1,500, 1,600 by the time it ends. So then there's that. But then there's like the old Chopper minifigure, a couple Jabba. Then there was also Watto. I think that's like the $60 version of him. And just fun stuff all around. A whole bunch of Geonosian troopers. At least I think, yeah. There's one there, there, and that looks like the legs and torso of the one general, and yeah, just fun stuff. So we'll see if this is one I can get. It's one I'm really interested in, so it'll definitely be interesting. But yeah, then the other ones got to pay for it now, and yeah, now I can get to work on the rest of these parts here. Like, I mean, I don't know why there was a dragon wing mixed in here. It's a decently valuable dragon wing. It's from the Minecraft Ender Dragon, but it's just like, why was that mixed in with all of the containers? I have no idea, but I'll just put it in this bag for now. So yeah, then the Bricklink email went out for the mold variant thing, and then there was a video on YouTube about it, and so yeah, now there's a lot more people talking about it again, and yeah, like before, it is overwhelmingly negative with a few positives mixed in, but that could just be the I know there's a biased name for it because the people who are passionate about it respond versus people who aren't don't, or something like that. But still, the thing is, Bricklink just makes it sound like how did they word it? Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. How did they word it in the one thing? They wish that sellers just completely forgot about the existence of the things. Where is it? I know that there's something for it. I'm not sure where it is. I know it is in one of them. And there's, again, recently that they just wish sellers completely forgot about it, which is incredibly disappointing. Bricklink should not be trying to dumb down the website as much as possible, but yeah, like it's already been discussed, it's pretty much already a said and done deal, and there's nothing that can be done to it, but maybe, just maybe, somehow something will happen that will prevent it, at least to some extent. 2 of the parts are still on hold, thankfully. If we can at least save that, it'll be better than nothing. But then, yeah, who knows? But yeah, time to get back to work on this. But we'll have to see exactly how it will end up panning out, with all of the different stuff, potentially getting a lot of data wiped just for the reason of they want to have less variance because they wish they were never separated or something, but who knows. Bricklinks should be a database first and then a marketplace second because it's very iconic and everything like that. And you can buy like in the one video the guy said you can buy Lego pretty much anywhere, but Bricklink is the place you go to just find out more information. And yeah, it's not perfect, but that doesn't mean that you should be making it less perfect. There's been a very good proposal that people have had. Basically, you can have a main entry for a part, and then for that part, you can list it any mold variant you want with no issue and stuff like that. But then underneath it, you have several sub entries for the part. And so, for example, I know this isn't the same part, but then, for example, this part, let's say it's part with a groove. I mean, this part is the universal entry. You can list any version of the part. Then you've got one sub entry for if it has a groove, one sub entry for if it doesn't have a groove, and one sub entry for if it had some other variant change, for example, like a slot on the bottom or something like that. And those are all sub entries under the main entry. And then people who don't care about it can buy from the main entry, which houses the sellers who don't care about it, along with all of the other entries are into it. But then if you want to find the exact one you want, then you would go to the sub entry and then get the exact version you want to only get sellers like that. And so yeah, then that's what people have proposed. But since that would involve actual development, Bricklink does not really want to do that, since it doesn't really like ever updating the website much for some reason. But yeah, so yeah, who knows? But yeah, guess it's going to be a very active time in the forums for the next several weeks before it most likely inevitably happens. But yeah, we can just hope that it doesn't, because that will be very unfortunate. But back to work. I was just sorting through these parts here, and then I found this, and I was trying to remember what it was from. And then I looked, and it's the top of this container, which somehow got stuck in the container above it, I think, or maybe it was beside it or something. But yeah, that's just really weird. It's the same design and stuff like that. And so yeah, not entirely sure how that ended up in the container up here, or maybe it was below it, and all that stuff. But another random piece of plastic that somehow fell off and ended up somewhere weird. But yeah, making a little bit more progress. Now I'm at the point where I can move it around a little bit and the entire thing doesn't just fall over or anything like that. So some good progress at least. Misordered is getting a little bit fuller. But yeah, overall good progress. Hopefully can get this done sometime tomorrow or so. Probably not till the day after, though, realistically. Actually, no, that's after the deadline. I honestly can't remember now. But yeah, then see how much of this can get done. Is this the printed version that's worth a lot? Nope. Because the one printed version of this is like 30-40 bucks. And then for these garbage cans in light bluish gray, I know that one of them is worth a whole bunch and one of them isn't. So this one is part 92926. So let's check that. 92926. is here. And then let's see, is this one in light bluish gray with a lot? No, 68 cents. But the other one in light bluish gray is $6.18. So first, let's just put that there. But then, so this here is with the 4 openings. I'm pretty sure that there's at least one of the other ones. Yeah, right here. So that's one of the expensive ones. And is there any others? I don't think so. I think it was just the one. The red one, although very rare, well, as in there's only in one set like 10 years ago, actually over 10 years ago at this point. It's only like a 70-cent part or so. Yeah, it's just fun, interesting parts like that. So wonder how many more of those will be found. Probably not too many, but yeah, slowly just getting through this backlog, or well, sorting thing. My headphones broke again, and I am definitely not buying a pair of Turtle Beach headphones again because they just have a really bad tendency to just snap for some reason. Second pair, both were brand new, and both just snapped after like half a year or so. So yeah, not going to be going back to another one. Yet another broken hot water bottle. Yogurt time. So Sylvian made an amazing list, and this is Sylvian, the discussion moderator, not Sylvian from 1001 Bricks, and not Sylvian from Canada First Bricks, and I think there's a couple other Sylvians on the forum, and I'm probably saying that name not wrong. Yeah, I think it's Sylvian, yeah, something like that. And so he made this page up here. It's not HTTPS, but it's apparently it's just like a free page you get with your email or something like that in France or something, I don't know, but then it's got the full list but with everything as clickable. So then you because the admins posted the one page, is it this one here? Yeah, they posted this page here, but you'd have to manually copy and paste all of the part numbers into Bricklink in order to get it, but then he just was able to adjust it and then post it on his own page, and now you can just open up any of the pages to be able to see exactly what all of the stuff is for that. So that was really helpful of him. That'll speed it along for anyone who wants to do that. So yeah, just once more, if you want to see the URL, that is it there, slswww.free.fr/bl_changes_feb24.html. And then the changes, although initially they were slated for February 1st, it is now changed to February 15, I believe. So there's a little bit more time for working on all that stuff, because I know a lot of us just don't have time to work on that as fast as they were trying to roll it out. So it has been pushed back a little bit, so that's good. Yeah, then that's happening. But then the interesting thing that was from it is in the original post, I believe, well, not the original, might have been one of the follow-up replies, or it might have been in the original one, I don't remember. They said depending on how well this goes, they will potentially do it again in the future. So since it hasn't gone well, that might mean that even though we are losing some variants this time, that could mean, since there's such a huge backlash against it, that it will prevent more of them from being done in the future. So I guess, for lack of better words, it's almost like it's under minimizing the effects right now rather than much else, because although we might have been able to save several of them, it's already basically, like, from day one, there's nothing that could have been done really. So yeah, our hope is that we can at least prevent more of them. But yeah, either way, that probably not going to be really many updates on that, just the conversation, since a YouTuber posted a video on it. It's gotten a whole bunch of views, and then I think I saw on Instagram that LifeBricks was going to be posting on it today or something like that, so that'll probably draw a whole bunch more attention to it. And then also the email Bricklink sent out drew a whole bunch of attention to it, and a lot of people slightly misunderstand some of the stuff going on, but it's the idea that they're still getting at, because, like, for example, in the one video, the guy mentioned 1x2 grills as an example, but that part isn't being split at all, isn't being merged at all or anything like that. But even though that example isn't correct, it's the idea of it or something like that. I don't know how else to better word it, but so there's that. So yeah, hopefully then nothing will most likely happen, but you can hope, yeah, either way, gonna hopefully finish with all of these parts today and then get to listing sooner than later. So with some help from the sister, the pile is now shrinking and is much smaller than it was before. Only got this corner left. The rest of the table has been sorted into that stuff that I don't even see when recording. It's behind me. And there is just this stuff left. So just slowly working on the last of this stuff now, trying to get it finished up. And I'm still somehow finding even more of these frames mixed in, even though I've already found so many of them. And yeah, just hope to finish this today. But then this latest message from Admin Russell seems to differentiate again from what they said. Now it says, not all at once though, these will likely be changed over a period of 2 weeks between February 1st and February 15. But then in the email, just need to see on this one here, it says on February 15, they will start making the changes. But then here he says between February 1st and February 15. So that's a bit confusing. So then he did clarify that that is just referring to part of it for renumbering the tiles, not in relation to any of the items getting merged or anything like that. Because with the 2x2 tiles and I think like the 1x2 tiles or something else, they're just dropping the word with groove and getting rid of the one number at the end of it. Both of the entries are still staying, but then now that they're just going to get rid of that, so then they have all of it for the same thing, like I know there's an example before, but I think the tile number is 3068. Yeah, so then right now it's a B. So when you search up that, if you just type in PB for printed brick, you'll see all of the without groove versions. And then if you add in a B, then it will be all of the ones with groove. And then so now since the B is being removed from the one with groove, they're just removing the letter B from the start of it for all of them and stuff like that. So then, yeah, there's that. So that was just a good clarification he made. So then apparently, and I actually looked into it, there is a functional difference between these two parts here that I never noticed before. As you can see, there is this stud here. Oh, actually, I'll just use the comparison picture. There's this version here with the solid stud and this one with the hollow. And it might seem like that's just a design choice, but it's actually a functional choice because that one there is actually slightly smaller than this one here. So the, I'll just see if I can show it real quick. If you grab one of these jumper plates here, and then you use one of these, I just had it there, 743 and 732. So for example, we've got this part here and this one here. So I'll just quickly show. This here, if you were to use the stud there, you can connect it to the bottom of the brick and it stays without any issues. But then if instead what you did was drop that, if you tried to connect it to the bottom of the solid stud version like that, and then you pick it up, it just falls. Well, of course, this one here not as easily because I was trying it with one hand, but there's absolutely no grip with the solid stud version. It just falls off. So that is quite interesting. Never knew that. So yeah, I'll just quickly show one more time with it at the camera. You can see it's flush there and it just falls off. There's no grip for it. So that is a interesting thing that I never noticed. So we can technically save that listing if we can find one example in the 555 different sets that LEGO has released with that part that uses that combination. Because if it does, then they won't go forward with that request. Yeah, 555 different sets to look through is quite a few, and probably is not that realistic to try to find, because yeah, if you go to part 10247 you can see it's in 555 different sets. And then, so yeah, if we can find that, it wouldn't be merged. But then even if we don't find it, and it is used as a building technique sometime later, then they're just going to have to refigure out all this stuff again. So yeah, I didn't even know there was a functional difference. I just thought it was just a slight update with the cross support, but that's definitely interesting to learn. Yeah, back to work. Sold one hockey card again, number 53 for $474, just a Zach Parise jersey card. So the sister set a new goal for this, because the original plan was to try to hit 100 pounds, but all of a sudden she said that instead we should aim for 200 pounds. So I think that's even more unlikely, considering it's twice as much, but apparently that's our new goal now, to hit 200 pounds of minifigure parts ready to be processed by the time all of this stuff is done. I don't think we'll hit it, but who knows, but apparently that's our new goal now. Shipping out between two different orders, 500 white arms from all the Chima torsos, so that's a good sale, but it took a while to count them all. So yeah, still can't figure out where in the world I put the bag for that thing, so I have to figure that out. And so yeah, just got back from shipping everything out. Not sure if I'll keep any of the clips in, but there was a whole bunch of ambulance and police cars, well, like ambulances and like the police SUV things and stuff like that at the gas station. So what happened there? I think there's like 2 or 3 ambulances of the normal ones, and then there's like I think there's 1 or 2 of them that were the SUV paramedic ones, and then there's like 3 or 4 different police cars in the standard Charger and SUV, or is it Challenger cars? I don't know. But then there's just a whole bunch of them that entered the gas station for some reason. So yeah, then just got the refund for these leaves that were sent wrong, so I'll have to process that eventually. Yeah, now everything is shipped out. So yeah, and all of this stuff is sorted. So that means it's time to get working on listing all of this stuff. And there's a lot of it. And the one thing I should probably do first is work on fixing this up. Like I mentioned prior, what I'm going to be doing is putting all those boxes somewhere else, because I practically never use them, and then moving the minifigure boxes over to these shelves. And I don't even know if they actually fit on these shelves, so they might be horizontal, but they'll be on these shelves. And then be able to have a lot more room for the boxes going down to the bottom there. So then that's what, because I'm going to need a lot more of those boxes, because there's a lot of really bulky stuff there. So yeah, I'm going to work on that, and my dad's making good progress. Over here, he's already sorted one of the thingamabobs, and then he's gotten a good amount of the 1x2 jumpers sorted between the 3 types. And then there's 1 more bag left, plus the stuff on the tray. We're using this for counting some arms, for all the different arms there, stuff like that. So lots to do, but yeah, gotta get to work now. So the bag was actually just above the Coliseum box, where it's been the entire time since we got it, and I don't know why I forgot, but I finally found it. So just finished with some help, and it's now like this. Had to move the shelves around because that one's not wide enough to have them both side by side. So just got some boxes to tape, Indiana Jones, more boxes, poly mailers, and then all of the minifigures. And then now we have this one here for all of the boxes. These are the extra lids and already numbered boxes that will fill up this shelf. And then just gonna move some of this stuff back, and it should be done. So got a whole bunch of empty containers now for starting to list stuff. 2 empty shoe boxes and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 drawers. So yeah, and gonna start with all this. I think I'm gonna start with the garage doors, or I might say garage, I don't know, same thing. Just for a simple one to start with, I'm relatively certain that these ones here, I have a lot more of them in the slope one, but I'm not 100% certain, so I'll still list them like normal and stuff like that. But yeah, lots of different things. There's some things stacked on other things right now. So have to, whenever I make room, try to fix that. But yeah, then start with these guys. So then another one that I didn't really expect to be such high value is the red base garage door, which is this. Something fell somehow. Guess it went in between the table here, but it is the red ones, which are also about $10 each. And then the white ones are $1.20. The neon orange ones, which have 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus, I've got the complete set there from on the side, or from this one. So I guess that means in total, I got 3 of this set here, with all the different stuff. Yellow's a little bit, blue not too much, and mine's faded, so I probably won't list that. But yeah, that was definitely a nice surprise there for those, and stuff like that. And then 20 cents for these, and there's a lot of them, so have to see what it'll end up being once it's all listed. So then for those who are curious, who don't keep up with the forums too much, Admin Russell there just posted about how they do have a re-platforming coming up to better handle variants. And so internally, they're calling it the checkbox solution. So I wonder if it is slightly similar to the umbrella version that I explained earlier. But so then many of the variants are not so they're not optional and stuff like that. So then in part, the variants we're merging with the huge thing now, as part of this current project, would fall into the last category. The middle ground could be expanded to include them at some point, but from where he's sitting now, don't see it happening. So in theory, it's possible some of these might be brought back, if I'm understanding that correctly. It's unlikely, but it's a theoretical possibility for it to be included. Otherwise, I don't think he would have said that it's a maybe middle ground. It's just unlikely. But yeah, we'll have to see on that. I guess it'll possibly be based off of what the overall reaction is that they have from all of the results. But yeah, then there's that. But time to finish up with these garage doors. So just finished with all of the garage doors. So that is $85.37 for all of them. I only got one bag and 2 partial drawers. So that's done. Now on to the next. Just finished with a couple more of the parts from the doors. So let's just get that file uploaded real quick to Bricklink. So yeah, I got the garage doors with and without the handles, then just a couple of the rock pieces. Kind of surprised that this isn't worth more in dark green, considering it's exclusive to one Pirates of the Caribbean set. Over here, the Fountain of Youth, I think it is. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, Fountain of Youth. It's exclusive to that. Kind of surprised it's not worth more than just 16 cents. But there's that, and then just a couple other rock pieces. Then some of the doors and just stuff like that. Some of the doors are real nice ones, like this one here, $5, $1.50, $1.30, $1.60, $7.50, $5.30. And then the huge MERPs for $3.50. Then just a couple of stairs were listed, but all in all, that's 365 items in 42 lots for $224.64 listed, and it barely looks like a single dent was made in the pile. And that's even with a whole bunch of the containers from the corner that have been taken upstairs that need to get washed because some of those bricks are nasty. But lots to go. Brewing up a mysterious potion full of Lego parts. Time to serve breakfast. Your time. So now it's the next day, and seems like the stuff has been soaking pretty good. Seems to be a lot better. Like, for example, let's just grab this here, switch that there, rinse that off a little bit. I really thought that would help see a little bit better, but it didn't. But then seems to be a lot cleaner than yesterday. This stuff was just like as if someone had put all of the rails into a box without a lid, put it under a staircase, and left it for 20 years. And that's what it looked like. It was just filthy. but now you can actually see a little almost shine on the rails themselves and all that stuff. So there's that, and then just like a lot of these things were just nasty and stuff like that. So now I gotta rinse it all off and dry it off. So then we can see the water, and it's just filthy. Is this a Lego brick? Yeah, I think that's actually a broken Lego brick even in there. Yeah, then it's just nasty in the water from all this stuff. And then now it's all drying out on the counter. So my dad also finished with all of the 1x2 jumpers now, so that's pretty good. That'll be on the pile of things to get to work on. Then the auction for the Star Wars lot is getting quite up there now, and I know I often say I don't think I'll win, but then end up winning. But this time, I genuinely don't think I'm going to be winning, because it's currently only like, trying to remember, about like 50, well, under $100 away from my max bid. So it's getting real close to that. I haven't placed my bid yet or anything like that, but since it's a test and I've never actually bought a Star Wars minifigure lot like that before, I was like, okay, my max bid's gonna be around $1,600 or so for the 5 pounds, but currently with not going over the $1,700 mark. But then let's get the auction up. It's currently sitting at $1,626. So then let's see if I can get that to focus. So yeah, 40 minutes left, and it's only $74 away, I think. Yeah, $74 away from the max bid that I would have. And I think that one's going for a whole bunch more, because it's got some good ones like that guy, that one, 2 Jabbas and stuff like that. So yeah, this one here is going for quite a bit. And there's also Kashyyyk troopers in here. You can see that guy, that classic Kashyyyk. In a different picture, you can see the print and stuff like that. Don't know if his helmet's in here though, but then there's also Watto. I can't remember her name from Rebels, the other chopper from Rebels, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, this one definitely seems to be going for quite a bit more than their previous one, which went for, let's see here, I checked a few times, but I already forget. But their last Star Wars auction lot sold for just $14.75, and that was 5.2 pounds. Meanwhile, this one's only 5 pounds, and it's already a couple $100 beyond that. So we'll have to see on that, but it's unlikely that going to be bidding on that. But then today, hopefully I can get a lot more of this stuff listed. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog, so thank you for watching if you got this far. Today is Saturday, so the next vlog should be out on Wednesday.